Alright, let's get this loaded up. That load again. Half cock. Alright, I got one of these extremely inexpensive single action pistols here. It's made by ROHM, ROHM. It's a 38 special. Model RG63. So I believe these were made in the 1970s. It's single action only, kind of like a little cowboy gun. You got your loading gate, and what you do is put it half cock, and then your cylinder rotates and you can load it and unload it. With this one being a really old used gun, it's missing the ejector rod. There's a rod that goes in here, and then it pushes the old shells out, so it would go in that groove right there. So what I came up with was a piece of coat hanger to push the old shells out. And with this one here, you can take the cylinder out for cleaning. Just you push on this, then you pull this rod out, and then the cylinder comes out and you can clean it. So I'm gonna go take in the woods and shoot this today. One thing about these, very inexpensive pistol. It says on here, made in Germany. You think German quality, man. That's good stuff, ain't it? But this was like a super cheap pistol. The body here, or the frame of it, is made out of, I believe it's a zinc metal. Probably cast. Not super tough. Everything else, like your cylinder is steel, your barrel steel, but this part here and the frame is like a cast zinc. Same with back here, your grip and that. So I don't think this can take a lot of abuse. So what I did, I loaded some real light ammunition for it. Got these are 9mm bullets, but they're 356 diameter. I mic'd them up, and they're closer to 357 diameter, which 38 Special is 357. I think it was 356.5, and they're real light bullets. So it's 115 grain. Normally with your 38 Special, you're running 125 grain or 158 grain, a little heavier bullet. So these are real light bullets with not a whole lot of powder behind them. And we're going to try them out. You can shoot 9mm bullets in a 38 if you load them yourself. But they say the accuracy is not that good. This is the first time I've tried it. I just decided I'll make some really super light loads, since this frame is cast zinc. I'm thinking it's not real good quality. Here's what holds the barrel on. See that pin right there? So the barrel's pinned to the zinc frame right here. I would say if it cracks, it's going to crack up here. One thing though, the forcing cone on this to the cylinder is pretty tight. I mean, there's not a huge gap there. You'd think with a really super cheap gun, I can barely fit this piece of paper in there. See, that's it. That's all the distance the forcing cone to the cylinder is. And then you can check the It's gonna be hard to do. But what you do is you pull the trigger and hold the trigger back, and then you can test your cylinder lockup. You got to keep that trigger pulled, and it has a little wobble. Hope you can see that. Most pistols will have a little bit of play in them. This is a little more play, I would say, than you would normally see on a good quality gun. And then release your trigger. But that's how you check the lockup on a revolver. So go up, shoot a couple of these, see how it runs. See how the accuracy is because of the 9mm bullets. We'll see. But since it's a cast bullet, it's a hard cast bullet, it's sort of conform to the rifling pretty good. Try it out. I got some pencil staples. This here. All right, so we're going to shoot the ROHM pistol. Because it's got that cast frame, I'm taking a little extra precautions, and I don't know this gun, I never shot it. I got some kind of thick, heavy gloves, just in case that frame breaks on that thing. And I got a face shield. You never know. Something like this. This is the first time I've ever shot a gun with a cast frame like that. I'm not too sure about it, so take a little extra safety. Alright, let's get this loaded up. That load gate, half cock. That up. I'll go ahead and load all 6. Not sure if I need hearing protection with these. These are super light loads. Alright, here we go. First shot. Hopefully the timing is on and everything. The thing I'm worried about is if the cylinder's not lined up with the barrel good, kaboom, and it may break the gun. So, here we go. I have no idea where that went. I'm going to make sure that bullet's not stuck in the barrel, because that was extremely light. Did not blow up. I'll take a look, make sure it's not in the barrel still. Let's take a look. I unloaded the other 5 rounds. Let's take a look here. I'm going to push that shell out. There it is. Now, let's check the barrel. Line one of these cylinders up. No, I think it went all the way in, so the bullet did come out the barrel. Pretty sure it did, because that rod goes all the way into that point there where it hits back of the frame where the firing pin is. So let's go take a look at that target one time. I was aimed at it. See if it hit somewhere. I didn't even see anything on the target. Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah, it hit up here. Right there. See, I didn't see it from back there. Well, that's where that bullet hit. So it did come out. I was aimed. Yeah. in that general direction. I wasn't necessarily aiming real good at the target. I just kind of pulled the trigger in that general direction. I'm gonna try to aim dead center here and see what happens if I can hit that. See if I can get some accuracy out of that. Okay, these I'm gonna shoot 15 feet away. See if I can hit the center of that target there. Right here, about 15 feet. Aim for the center. That's it. You know what? It kind of gripped pretty good. It seems like it's shooting a little bit high. Could be the way I'm looking through the sights. See the sight picture on there. Let's see. Just got that groove in the top here and a blade front. Let's put it up against this so you can see that. Depending on how deep you put the blade into that groove. But I was aiming dead center there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 2 right there. So yeah, that grew pretty good. Those bullets shoot pretty good in it. I think I need to bury the front sight a little bit more. So the tip of that front sight is right in that groove. I had it sticking up a little bit. That's probably why it shot high. Huh. Not a bad little gun. I didn't wear my hearing protection, and it's a little louder than the 22. Quite a bit louder, but maybe similar to a 22 out of a pistol. Let's see something here one time. See that gap right there? Looks like this has moved, or the barrel has moved. Something's moved around a little bit shooting it. See that gap right there? That was tight before, so this whole rod that where you push the empty shells out, I think that's moved, or the barrel. I don't see how the barrel could move because it's pinned right there. I guess this is a little loose on the barrel. So this whole piece here where you eject the empty shells with has moved forward a little bit, probably from the recoil. Let's see if I can tap that back. It's just held in. I think it's held by that screw there. So that screw right here, so it holds that on there. You can see that's moved quite a bit. Not sure why. I guess it's got a little play in it or something. I'll check that out. Which way? Must be this way. There we go. It's a little more work shooting one of these single actions. Kind of makes you take your time and enjoy the shooting. Okay, that's empty. Got 6 shells here. Alright, I got that little dueling tree right there. I'm gonna try and hit that about 20 feet away. See how this thing does. Alright, you might be shooting a little to the left. Not sure where it's hitting. Now I know what I am. Oh, I just nicked it. I got two of them. I had to figure out where it's hitting. I was kind of shooting at the lower right edge. It flips the targets pretty good even with that little really light load in it. Alright, I got 3 rounds left here. So I'm going to try to hit the rest of them targets. I got 3 rounds and I got 4 more. Let's see if I can hit any of them. Oh, missed. That is it. I hit one more. I'd have to practice with the sights a little bit more. Ran out of ammunition, so I have to load some more up. But cool little gun, super cheap. I think these sell for like about $100 if you can find one used. Well, I'm gonna have to load up some more ammunition because that's all I had. Pretty fun gun. I like the single action, you know, little cowboy gun. Pretty neat. A lot of fun to shoot. Kind of makes you take your time a little more because the loading and unloading is a little more time intensive. Takes a little longer. I'm thinking that gap might have opened up some more. I shot it some more and check that gap out. I'm going to have to take it inside, take that screw off, and just see. There's a lot of play in here where this ejector mechanism sits on there, but the barrel is not loose on there or anything, and seems like the clearance on the barrel is about the same as it was before I shot it. So just looking at that cap in there. Like there's a little drag, like one of the cylinders is a little closer than the other. Yeah, I can see the gap changing a very slight amount. And now I tip it back a little bit. There must be a little play this way to the barrel. That's probably what I was feeling, that drag when its cylinder's pushed forward. You kind of feel a little bit. Spin straight off. Okay, so get that screw loosened up. It's got a little nub on the end. If you can see that, it's going to focus or not. It's supposed to sit into a little hole in the barrel. If I can get this apart one-handed. Okay, so that comes off. That just sits up against the barrel. And then there's this, the front sight. I might need 2 hands for this. And this part screws into that. That screw goes through there. I think that might be steel. And then the barrel has a little divot in there. So I'm thinking what happened was when I put this in, I may not have had the front sight, this part here, on there exactly right where the hole lined up. You see that little divot there? So when the screw goes through, It's supposed to sit in there and hold that whole assembly this from moving around. And it looks like you can see like a little mark right there next to it. I think that's what happened. It wasn't in that hole all the way, unless this is not the right screw. But I'm going to try to get everything lined up. I think that's what it was. It just was moving. It slid off a little bit because the screw wasn't in the hole all the way. All right, get it all back together. And that screw was a little buggered up before I even got the gun. Let's see how the gap is there now. And there's still a little bit of a gap over here, but that front sight is on there. I think it's clocked on there correctly now, where that screw goes all the way into the little hole so it doesn't move around. That's the only problem I had with the gun, was that I took it all apart, put it all back together, you know, cleaned the cylinder, cleaned the bore, oiled everything, oiled the trigger, oiled all the mechanism in here. I even had the grips off and oiled the spring. There's a big main spring in here for the hammer. So, should be good now. Oiled this up too, and that pin in there, everything. So, it's a good little gun for $100, just something to play around with. I like it because it's single action, and you got the little loading gate on there. It's like an old cowboy gun. Pretty cool.